10% off any purchase. Mattress at Casper.com. Terms and conditions apply. Additional fees may apply for Hawaii and Alaska. If you've not heard the news, Joe Flacco is now a member of the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos said Case Keenum, not as big, not as strong as Flacco. Their numbers are pretty similar. I like Flacco. I think Case Keenum's more accurate. I think Flacco feels more like the cold weather, John Elway, 6'5", big arm guy that he likes. I mean, it's Denver. So October, November, December, possibly January, you're playing in cold weather. You generally have to go through Foxborough. You generally have to go through a pit. You're going to have to go through Kansas City now. That's what's going to happen in the AFC. You got New England and Foxborough, Kansas City and Denver. You want a big, strong guy, a running game in Denver, and Vic Fangio. So that's the move. I think Denver's better. Are they wildly better, markedly better? They're better. I think they're a better team next year with Flacco, Vic Fangio, and they always figure out ways. They've had 10 different guys rush for 1,000 yards, many of those on Mike Shanahan, some not. So I think they're better. And I think Baltimore said, you know what, we're going to go with the Lamar Jackson thing. I think they're going to go out and get Le'Veon Bell and really go all in on being a power running team, which I don't think is a bad idea at all. Le'Veon Bell, I think, would be, first of all, great running back, great receiver as a running back. Lamar Jackson, dump off Lamar Jackson. That's kind of interesting to me. So I think that I think it all works out. I think both teams won. I was telling Joy this earlier. Nothing's worse than when an NFL franchise has a quarterback they don't believe in, like Jacksonville. Nobody in that room believes in Blake Bortles. Cincinnati, they're over Andy Dalton. Like Denver, I think today is really happy. Denver's like, you know what? We can win big here.
When you don't feel like you have the guy, you feel like you have to win in spite of him.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Like he's just going to do what he does, and you have to be better in every other area. That's why Jacksonville made it as far as they did when their defense was excelling. But eventually you're going to come back to your level because he's not the guy.
So I thought this was interesting. Rob Pelinka was quoted this week. He does look like Rob Lowe. For a radio audience, you'll have to trust me. He said, my hope is that we're on the outside in the playoffs with LeBron, but we get to the playoffs, and with the skilled guys we've added, much like a Tom Brady, one of the all-time greats, LeBron kind of takes the helm for his team and makes some noise, and he kind of compared the two. And they have some similarities, their mogulness. But, here's the thing. When LeBron came to Los Angeles, there were a lot of people that said, business move or basketball move? And I talked to people inside of LeBron's camp, and they were like, listen, it's basketball. If the basketball is no good, the business doesn't work, which I agree with. Maverick Carter told me that. He said, of course it's basketball. But I'm just going to list the projects LeBron is involved in since he arrived in Los Angeles. And remember, Tom Brady did a documentary, One. And while he was doing it, he was mostly at home with his family. Tom Brady, it's winning football family. And then when he goes to football, he gets back to his family. And when it's his family, he's doing football at home. So you guys have the list of projects. It's unbelievable, the list of projects since arriving in Los Angeles. $1 Million Mile, Space Jam 2, Best Shot, Warriors of Liberty City. He's often the executive producer of these. Hoops, Brotherly Love, I Am More, OBJ, Madam C.J. Walker, Lean on Me, The Shop, I've seen that. Shut Up and Dribble, What's My Name, Muhammad Ali, Friday the 13th, House Party, More Than an Athlete, Student Athlete, Top Boy, White Dave, and that's the last one. Maybe that one was so bad they just quit. Yeah, Friday the 13th. By the way, he's executive producer on some. He's doing something for some of these, right? At least reading scripts. My takeaway is, I'm looking at it right now. This is just in the last 8 months. Tom Brady makes it very easy for his organization. He doesn't demand coaches. He doesn't demand teammates. He is absolutely, even to a pay cut, willing to commit to winning. LeBron's burdened by a lot of stuff. He wants max salary. He dabbles in politics. He's doing multiple projects. He's creating a global brand. Brady doesn't care about it. The NBA is a more global sport than football. Football's a domestic sport. Tom Brady doesn't give a rip about Dusseldorf. He doesn't care. LeBron James does care about outside our borders, abroad. And now this has made LeBron very powerful and very rich and very global, and he'll resonate forever. But don't tell me he always makes it easy to win. LeBron wants max money. Tom doesn't. LeBron wants the right coach. Tom doesn't argue. LeBron wants his guys. Brady takes what you give him and wins. Like, I don't think LeBron makes it as easy as Tom. Now, I said this yesterday. In a sport, basketball, where dynasties are commonplace, I believe LeBron's going to play for 20 years in the NBA. He's at 15, and he's going to have 3 titles. I think he's going to win none or one in Los Angeles. In a sport that really isn't known for 20-year dynasties, Brady's going for his 7th Super Bowl win. Just win. It's harder to win in football. You get hurt. Careers end. Players' careers don't last long. Ray Allen, John Stockton could have played longer, and they already played a decade and a half. Football's hard. Dynasties are short. They're compact. Joe Montana, you get hurt. You can't keep players around you. Salary caps, coaches. Basketball's built. So LeBron is easily the best player in the last 10 years in the league. And you'll be able to make an argument for 15 years he was the greatest player when it's all said and done. I think he's going to end up with 3 titles. Because some people think they're committed. Brady is fully, absolutely, from personnel to money to commitment to distractions, 100% committed. LeBron says he's committed, but there's a lot of things where he makes it tough. He wants his coach, his players, his respect, his money. And so that's why, and maybe it's just the culture of basketball, which is more about the individual. NFL tends to be more about the team. But I don't think LeBron makes it always real easy. Like, if LeBron wanted to make it easy with $1 billion Nike contract, he would say, pay me $8 million a year. What do I care? I got a $600 million net worth. What do I give a rip? You know, I sold Beats, made $30 million. That makes up, I got $1 billion. If you're, what is committed, I guess is what I'm asking. Kirk Cousins is not committed to winning. Kirk Cousins is committed to building his bank account because Kirk Cousins is not worth $28 million, and he knows it. Kirk Cousins is not committed to winning. He's committed to getting rich. Kirk Cousins is smart. Kirk Cousins reads the paper. Kirk Cousins knows that if you make $28 million with his level of competency, you're not winning Super Bowls. So how committed are you? These are salary cap leagues. I don't care about baseball guy. Baseball guy can take whatever the owner will pay you. Whatever, Real Madrid, whatever that guy will pay you that owns that team, they'll pay. It's not the way it works in the NBA. It's not the way it works in the NFL. It's not the way it works in hockey. So if you're going to talk about commitment is also, am I willing, as a guy worth $700 million, Brady is, LeBron is, are you committed, truly committed, to getting rid of the vanity and the ego and all this respect and all that? Are you really totally committed? Because a lot of people say they're committed. I work 48 hours a week. That's not committed. That's CEOs in America. I just read this about a month ago. Wake up on average at 4:30 in the morning. You complain about 6:45. You're not committed to running a Fortune 500 company. That's the commitment it takes. You can't be there for every birthday, every piano recital, every Little League game. 4:30 in the morning, up, let's go. Come on, 4:45 out of the house, get to work. So it's not that LeBron's not great, but I think Brady makes it a lot easier on his team. Less stress, less demands. Coach, he doesn't demand assistants. Even the quarterback coach, you just hire who you hire. Coordinator, hire who you hire. We all know Belichick's great, but he never demands a running back coach, quarterback coach, O-line coach. He doesn't demand that stuff. He just stays out of that stuff. Joy with the news.